Welcome to the Chrissy Chronicles. Happy Sunday. I am Crystal, and I have my two lovely co-hosts. You guys should know these ladies by now, but I'm going to have them introduce themselves while we get our tech together.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Michelle, China Doll. Hope everybody had a good weekend.
Let me try to
Happy
refresh
Sunday,
it.
heifers and gentlemen.
Heifers. It's Sunday.
Hookers and hoes.
So the topic today, we're gonna go with love and relationships. And would you consider being in a polygamist relationship? Would you consider it? Yes or no? Why or why not? I want to know how people are feeling about it. I have a lot to say about it. To each their own, but I'll let y'all start and then I'll kind of chime in when y'all ready. So y'all let me know how y'all feeling about it, and then I could kind of put my 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 cent in.
I only got one set. Hell no.
But why? Why not?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Oh, let me loosen my pants. Not playing.
I don't want to deal with him and her.
So let me ask you this question. So,
All right, talking to them.
who, me? Okay. So say y'all are in a relationship, right? And you find out he's dealing with another woman.
Bye.
Okay. So what if he still wants to deal with this woman and pay your bills, still take you on dates, still do whatever, but he want to be at her house half of the time? So half the time he at your house.
He can do A.
So you saying no to the whole thing? Like, no?
Absolutely not.
Okay. What about you?
Okay, so my take on it is, one, every situation it depends on that person and how I feel about that person. I'm not gonna say in my past I'll totally be off to it. Like, no, it's a total no.
Mm-hmm.
Where I am now right now, I might be open to it. It depends, and also if I know that particular other person, honestly.
Oh, so you saying you would have to know like the female?
Definitely,
Okay.
because I think right now in my life, everything may not be off limits. I'm not gonna always say no to stuff. I may think about it, and like I said, it depends upon the person. Every situation is different. Everything can't be a selfish situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
just for my purpose or just for his purpose or whatever case is, I would want to know. Then it's like what you said. Everything ain't about just sexual stuff, because it could be a chemistry between that person and
We
just see
definitely
how
had
we
that
move on.
conversation yesterday, and that brings up a good point too, because I was thinking like cheating is not always physical cheating. It's not always physical cheating.
No.
Somebody could look to somebody else for advice or just a listening ear, being something that you not being to your spouse. So I don't consider sex to be a deal breaker to me. To me, that's just not a deal breaker to me anymore. Now, prior to when I was married, it was a deal breaker, because it's just you. I don't know. Women are emotional. I get that part, but just now being realistic, I'm like, okay, if somebody finna pay my bills,
I ain't sharing
and I ain't
spirits
gotta,
and bacteria.
and that's the thing too. That's
That's
the
a
thing
lot.
too. But
That's a
that's where
lot.
you have to be 100 with your partner, and it's got to be something you signing up for. Now, men and women, some men and women cheat. They be out here and you don't know it anyway. Am I right or wrong? They be out here in the streets doing whatever with whoever, and you don't know it anyway.
So are you saying this right here is that you rather know?
I would rather know. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I am just 100%
I think
all
you need
about
to be
honesty.
honest. You need to be honest about a lot of stuff where you stand with that person. I think we all gotta have boundaries where we stand at, what we do, what we don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have our limitations. What's good for me that may not be good for the two of you. I just feel like not settling. I feel like I'm gonna have boundaries with myself.
I can't see the comments.
I put a lot of people on, boundaries, and it's restrictions with certain things, and not everybody gonna get the same part of me that I get to that certain person. What I may not did in the past, I may be okay with right now. Like
right.
I may be like, oh yeah, I'm open to that, or I may feel like even in the past, if I didn't want to fully settle down with that person, I'm ready to settle down with this certain person now.
Right, and that's the thing. Everything changes. Everything changes.
Some things, the dynamic of your relationship change. Marquise, be quiet. The dynamic of who you are changes things.
Right.
It depends. But for me, cheating, if you asking me if cheating is a deal breaker with me, when I say my vows to that person, it's a deal breaker to me. But I can't really say yet because I'm not married. But if we're talking about we're dating and I love you and you're supposed to love me and we have it's supposed to be a monogamous relationship, it's causing for we having some difficulty right here.
So, and that's where I think communication rolls in too, because listen, I get it. People get bored. I'm not gonna sit here in front. You with somebody 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you gonna get bored. It always look greener on the other side. Not saying it is. I done been there, done that. It ain't. But you sitting here, everything gets so routine. You do get bored. But I feel like that's when you need to have a conversation with your spouse. Your spouse could be feeling the same way. Like, you know what? Maybe we should take a break. Or you know what? You want to have a threesome? Or you know what? Something. People need to learn how to communicate. To be honest, I don't know. I've been through a lot and don't a lot phase me no more. You know what I'm saying? But if I find out something that you could have just kept real with me, then I'm spazzing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just told me. But instead you wanted to hide it. Now we got a problem because I don't like your dishonesty. I could give up about a female. You know what I'm saying?
I think loyalty for me is everything with a relationship, you know, because I'm a loyal person and I give respect. So definitely I demand that shit. So coming from me, it's a disrespect to me. You know, you doing me a dishonor, like not be honest to a person who, first of all, I'm very genuine about who I care for and I love you. You know, so that's one, especially if I tell you that and you know that. So if you go ahead and you feel like you can't come to me and be honest and, you know, share those feelings with me, then, you know, I want my partners to come to me and be able to open up and talk to me and tell me, you know, what they need, what they desires. And, you know, for me to handle that, if it's something I'm comfortable about, try to make me comfortable with it, you know.
So have you ever gotten bored in a relationship?
Yeah.
Like, you voiced that you were bored?
Yeah, you know, I feel like you try different things. Are we talking? It depends on what we're talking about with that person.
That shit get boring still. You try to spice it up, the shit's still boring. I'm just keeping it 100. True. I'm in the mood to be honest. Like, shit does get boring. And you know what? I'm saying this to myself. Like, you have to be realistic about what it really is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, okay, go ahead and go fuck on the city. I'm not saying that per se, but I'm saying that y'all, some people have to be realistic about stuff. If y'all constantly doing the same old routine, you gotta be like, hey, we gotta shake something up, or something gonna have to give, because somebody gonna cheat. And so Marquise, I'm not saying just sexually, I'm saying in general in a relationship, things get routine and you get bored.
And people grow apart too.
People grow apart.
You have to
definitely people grow apart.
You have to look at the situation and say, are we just bored?
Right.
Or have we grown apart?
Right. It said my live ended. I don't know why.
I agree.
It said your what?
My live ended on my page.
You know, if it's you know, and check where you are, because like you said, people do grow apart. We have to revisit that, you know, to see where you are. Make sure we're on the same page, what we got going on. You know, your values morally. So, because some people's values and morals is not lined up either the same.
And that's true, but some people don't give a fuck about your morals or your values.
Yeah.
I feel like you walk around being this good person, you know what I'm saying? You living it, walking it, being positive, this, that, and the other, and people will just cheat on you with a dusty tramp because her booty big and it shake. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it got to be some communication. If you want to go for big booty Judy, just tell me. Then I know how to move.
Point over here?
Huh?
Why you gotta this cat right there?
I'm just using, you know, these are my hand gestures. I'm not pointing. But if you got a big booty, just say that. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
But okay.
But yeah, you could definitely say that. Some people don't know how to say that. You know, we're open to telling people that, but you know, some of us don't know how to accept it either.
No.
And I've probably been one, you know, at some point not to accept something that somebody's saying either, you know. But
see, he's talking about bored, grow apart. You better go and sit in the living room or go out on the porch and get some air and bring your ass back in the house. That's the problem right there. You got to take your spouse. If your spouse tell you like, look, I need some more attention. Yeah. We need to do something different. Like, I'm getting bored. Man, we got to spice it up.
You and I want to see
you can't ignore that type of stuff, because then you go to work and you come back and stand blowing her back out. Then what? You've been warned. You got to take stuff like that serious. Yeah, and I take stuff like that serious too. Like, you got to take it serious. But at the same time, you got to know what you sign up for too. Women, I know that some women they don't want to give it up on the regular. That's a number one thing for a man. To get some, okay,
girl. Hi. What the hell?
Well, I'm saying the majority of. I'm not trying to knock you. I'm saying the majority of. But women, we more emotional, right? I want to cuddle. I'm a cuddler. If you don't like to cuddle, you can't be with me because I want to touch
I'm
you.
telling you.
I want to rub on you. I want to put my cold feet on your back.
Definitely.
I want to do that.
Listen.
That's what.
To
No, that's
be
what
with
you
me.
signed up for.
Don't put it up his back.
No, if
Listen,
you know
I
me,
get
that's
back.
what you signed up for. You got to know what you signing up
these
for being in a
cold feet.
relationship. You got to know what you signing up for.
Yes.
You can't get in your relationship and get complacent when he wake you up at 3 and want you to bust it wide open. Then he go over Shaniqua house because you don't want to bust it wide open. Then what? Everybody got to take accountability. You know Shaniqua with a big booty? I think everybody probably knows Shaniqua with a
We
big
all
booty.
know Shaniqua with a big booty.
But I'm just saying we got to take more accountability. That's why I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with the polygamy. I'm on the fence with that. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes I don't want to bend over. Sometimes I want to just go to sleep. But I know men have needs. When I'm in the mood, I'm sure I'm expecting it. You know what I'm
Just to
saying?
touch on it a little bit more is that I
He gonna
think
say touch these nuts. You know what?
everything depends upon like where you are with that person, you know, and it's a trust thing too. You trust
Yeah.
that person,
Right.
you know. What are we getting from this, you know, this situation? No matter if it's a 2-way, 3-way, a polygamous thing, what we got going on? What are we getting from each other?
That's why
So
we
are
all need
you-
to sit down and have a meeting.
Are
Let's
you
go
really
to dinner.
for polygamy, or are you just
a freak.
I would
No,
consider
not
it.
that. Are you really
I'm a little
for
bit of
polygamy, or you just feel like I know eventually I'm gonna get cheated on?
That's how I feel. And I feel
So
like
are you? So is
Yeah.
it you're for polygamy, or you just feel like
that's
I
why
might
I
as
said
well
I'm
go
on the
with
fence.
it?
That's why I said I'm on the fence about it, because
So
polygamy
then
don't
you really not
necessarily
about
mean.
it then.
But
Right.
listen, polygamy don't necessarily mean we all finna be in the bed. That's not my take on it. That's not my take on it. We all in the bed. That's not my take on it.
So what's
at
your take
all.
on polygamy?
Just having multiple
Yeah,
relationships.
just having multiple relationships, not necessarily bringing it to my door. Okay, I have to keep it PG-13 at my house.
So basically, you like our granddaddies and shit. Because my
Yeah,
granddaddies
on the low.
had
Multiple
different families, like
and I
whole
want, and
entire
that's the
families.
thing too. And I want women to realize,
Like
and
8
it
kids
frustrates
over
me
here, and 7 on
because
that side, and 9 on this
just for-
side,
yes,
and 8 on that
and they,
side.
it ain't like the old days. Once again,
So
Grandpa
polygamy
was doing it
is
too.
we in the same home. We in the same, and we sharing each other. That's polygamy, and it's open.
It gotta.
We
I didn't
we
know.
have a
I
relationship.
didn't know. It ain't gotta be in the same household.
Okay.
I don't.
So
We'll
it's,
Google.
Yeah, let's Google it because I didn't think it
I'm
had to
just-
be in the same household.
That's just no. I'm just
Because look at the
telling
dude
you.
with all the wives on TLC.
Sister wives. That's sister wives.
They don't
In
all
this
live
situation.
together.
They
Right.
sure don't do that.
They don't all live
Mm-mm.
together, but they all communicate. They all have a relationship with each other.
And that's cool. We
They
can
have kids
communicate
together. They
under
got
my
all them damn kids
stipulations
together.
because I feel like if I'm coming into anything,
Right.
everybody gonna know I'm the queen bee. Hey, I'm number one. You're not gonna bring this to my house. If he over your house, don't call me. If I ain't looking for him, don't worry about it. Don't hit my line unless I hit you asking for something. That's how I feel about it. We ain't got to be holding hands.
So this
We
goes
can
back
split
to
these
what you were
bills.
saying. So
We
go
can
back to
split
what
these
you were
bills.
saying is because you feel you open to it because you feel like
It's gonna
it's
happen
A
eventually.
person, your mate is gonna go be with somebody else, cheat with somebody else. So you're gonna open to being another person, basically. Like you're open to it. As long as that conversation come about, like, oh, it's polygamy, it ain't just I'm
Yeah.
fucking somebody
I
else.
feel like you should give me, if that's what you want to do, you had that conversation with me and you let me decide. Don't do it behind my back, then I gotta find out and then I gotta be on your ass. You see what I'm saying?
So
If that's something you want to do, sit
Let
me
me
down.
say
I might
this.
be like, dang, come on, let's do
So
it.
the thing for me is that to be open about it. Like, don't do something like I said to you before, and it's, you know, I'm not doing nothing that I don't want to do anymore for nobody.
Right.
You know, I'm open to a conversation about it because in the past I was closed off to a lot of different things. You know,
Mhm.
but for the right person, you know, just like I said about relationships, love, marriage, you know, all the above, that may change.
Right.
You know, that may change.
But Marquise saying, no, it's not. How is it not? So you telling me betrayal, first of all,
Sex ain't the number
betrayal
one thing,
and
though.
polygamy are two different things because it can't be betrayal if you know he or she is out messing with another person. To me, you have an understanding.
To me, sex is not everything when it comes to a male. It's not. It's a higher on there on the list for a male. And I'm gonna say, as a being a woman who enjoy that, you know, it's on my list of things too. I'm not gonna say it ain't. But honestly, I think, everybody wants attention from somebody, wants love. We gonna start there.
Sex is. Come on, give me a break, Marquise. Sex is the number one thing men want. You tell me if your woman say, you know what?
I
Let's
think they
just
like
love
a
on
spice
each
of life
other
of variety.
for 9 months
like
and
a
let's not
variety like
have
we
sex.
do.
You telling
There's different
me?
forms of it.
But I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't agree that it's not number one for a man. Sorry, I don't. Do y'all
What
agree?
you say?
You don't agree that that's the number one thing for a man?
I don't know what these niggas want. I don't care.
What these niggas want from me.
I'm just saying, I don't agree that it's not number one. It is for the majority of men. It is. It absolutely
Well, I
is.
can't speak
think
from
so.
a man. I'm
I
just speaking from
mean-
being a woman.
Everybody has a love language.
It depends on where they are in their life. That's
Exactly.
what I that's what I
Exactly.
think.
And I feel like everybody goes through a phase. I
Yeah.
really do. I can be honest and say I haven't had a whole phase. I probably should have had one, but the woman in the middle is fine. I feel like
Hi, sir.
I don't even know who that is. Anyway, I feel like everybody should have a whole phase, but I feel like if you feel like you ain't had that phase, you should not be getting in a relationship with nobody. You shouldn't be pursuing nobody. If you know you can't hold it to yourself, you shouldn't be in no relationship.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, people don't know how to keep it 100.
You know what?
And you
I
get
can't
into
tell you
this
what a man want.
situation.
I'm gonna ask you what you're looking for. I'm gonna
I
find
don't
out.
know whole phase. That's scary to me.
It is. But I think people have them.
And it's scary
Of
to
course
know.
I do,
It's
but-
scary for your spouse to be cheating on you. You don't know if they're using protection or not, and they coming home to you every night.
Of course.
You know
Well, that's where guns and knives come in.
what you
you know?
say?
And then then I choose violence. Then what? When you could have kept it
Man,
100.
Listen.
You could have kept it 100 about it. So that's why I said I'm on the fence with the polygamy stuff. Like it would be some stipulations to me, but sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't feel like being bothered. People need to be real about it. You feel like being bothered? Tell me y'all and be like, man, this chick getting on my nerve. You want to go somewhere too and take a load off.
That's why I
Let's
said
be
you
honest.
have to have a conversation about something.
I'm with Marquise. He said you better go find something else to do or sit your ass down somewhere.
That don't work 99% of the time though. In a perfect world, being honest.
I'm not gonna always leave and go cheat on a person. I feel like, you know what, we're gonna have a couple conversations, and I feel like you can go to another room, take a walk, talk it out, or whatever it is. Sometimes you do grow apart. Necessarily people grow apart.
I think it's okay to take a break.
I do think it's so, and it is okay. And then I feel like sometimes when you living with somebody, y'all seeing each other every day, you start to regret that person.
That's why
sometimes
you
you need to take a
Right.
break, go out on date each other.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
don't keep it spicy, somebody gonna be.
Exactly what I was saying to you. And sometimes I remember my father used to say this to me. He's like, "Oh, that's the beginning of it. Y'all on your honeymoon stage." And you'd be like, "Yeah, because everything fresh, everything is roses and popping, and then you get used to that person. You get to seeing that real person for who they are. It's them."
Right, because everything all peaches and cream until that 6-month mark hit, and then the crazy they can't hold it in no more.
Or
so now you seeing the real person.
let me tell you this, or you going through something in your life, right? And you see that person through all different channels of their life, the highs, the lows, the sadness, the sickness, all the above. When they got money or when they at their lowest, you have to see people through them storms. You have to see people through all 4 seasons, for one, in order to go into the next phase with them.
Some people don't be committed to that process.
Mike got his own place. He got his
Some
own
people
apartment.
Don't you
And-
like that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But when he get an attitude with me, he be gone. I be like, bye.
Right.
And I see you when I see you. And then
Right.
I can have my whole bed to myself.
Right.
Right.
And he can take kids with him. That's also his
Right,
place
take
for
everybody.
him
Right.
to, smoke and play his video game and
To
not
have
be
your
bothered.
peace.
I look super
And
chocolate. I swear I ain't.
It
this
ain't a
dark and
bunch
perfect.
of
Chocolate is fine, baby.
we
Don't
just
worry
have
about
our
it.
space when we need our space.
Right.
That's how I feel. I just feel like everybody needs to be honest about it and be realistic about it. And like my sister was saying, I think women don't understand the power we contain, i.e., our vaginas. We possess a serious power. And if you know how to handle yourself, you can control things the way you want them to be handled. You giving it out for free and you dealing with a headache? I disagree. That's not the way the world works. You just got to know your worth. And I'm not saying men too. Y'all come
Everybody
with it too.
needs to know their
Everybody
worth,
needs to
really.
know their
That's what
worth.
Spike Lee was saying about Chirac.
You
Just,
just-
if all the women just like you know what? I ain't doing nothing with you until you get your shit together.
Yeah, you have to be like
The
that. But at
world
the
would be a
same
better
time,
place.
be realistic about it. Don't hop into something you know you ain't ready to commit to.
Right.
You know how relations, I mean literally, a marriage too. They go in cycles. Sometimes y'all sick of each other, sometimes y'all in love,
Mhm.
sometimes you just want to be done. That's how it
You
goes.
know, and that's just what it is with relationships and getting to know people. The most like, I like your big head ass, but you know what? We not doing this today.
And I know how I can be. Listen, I was just telling myself, like, you need to call yourself out on your stuff more. And I have been.
Yeah.
I'm stubborn. Sometimes I won't, if you give me money for a bill, I give it back. Because I don't want you to feel like you got control over my situation. I'm like that. I get that way. Because I'm like, okay,
I ain't
I'm
getting
a
nothing back.
I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to stuff like that. And I've been trying to work on it, but I know how I am. I know I can have an attitude. I can
Same.
make you feel like I don't want you
Same.
around.
Same.
I know that stuff. So you come in the room and tell me, like, look, maybe we should see other people, or look, I'm about to go get a girlfriend. She over here, and then you let me choose if I want to deal with it or not. I'm just saying, because 99.9% of the time, y'all be needing a break from y'all spouse. Then y'all be having all these inbox relationships.
Um,
Inbox relationships, messenger, DMs on Instagram. Because
Mhm.
clearly something is missing. You're bored. Like I said, cheating is not always physical. Inboxing somebody, anything you got to erase out of your phone is cheating.
Right.
I don't care what nobody
What we
say.
talking about yesterday, cheating is also emotional. You know, it's mental. For women, you know, it's a little different because we take things a little differently. You know, we handle things. I handle things a little differently. You know, than some people imagine that I have or that I should. You know, I'm a thinker. I overthink stuff. So either I'm probably plotting on you, or
I think
whatever.
all women are.
But
I think all women are overthinkers. I
You know,
overthink
some
stuff. I
guys do.
overthink myself out of relationship. Because what I think you gonna do to me.
agree. And I think for you, it's just like just being open more and just try to think more positive about stuff because that'll be that's a bad thing. You know, you'll kill something right away
Yeah, I
thinking
will.
like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, they gonna
But
cheat on me.
I've been taking accountability of myself.
Oh,
lately.
it ain't a good friend.
I'm using this season to
They're not a good friend.
grow, to correct
They
my
not
mistakes,
loyal.
because I can't be a blessing to nobody if I got my own issues. That's how I
Remember
feel
what
about
I was
it.
telling Amanda yesterday?
And shout out to Amari. Is it Armani Hamilton? I did a sound bath that cleansed my soul. I really, really, really needed that
Mhm.
because it'd be so much negative energy. You can't even concentrate. That's how I was feeling all week. I had I had a crazy week.
Did you do the feathers on you one time?
Hmm.
When you first went, did you do the feathers on you?
I didn't go. I watched the video on
Oh,
Facebook.
okay.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be on the show next Sunday.
When he
He's gonna come and talk about sound baths and therapeutic things to kind of help you relieve stress, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. It's much needed.
You know, I'm definitely with that. I'm all about aromatherapy and playing some music that music to get you sleep.
Yep.
Sound baths,
Taking baths to detox and all that stuff.
Detoxing that negative energy that you got going on.
Who you calling toxic, Marquise? You toxic. But that's what I'm saying. You can't be, listen, like I said, polygamy, y'all feel like, oh, I would never. He or she probably doing it anyway. They probably got a boo.
That's being cheated on. That ain't polygamy.
That's what I was trying to explain.
But I'm just saying, I'm saying, what's the difference? What is the difference?
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Like,
You either, so
like,
first of all, polygamy is being married to multiple people. When you're talking about
or in a relationship,
polyamory or open relationship,
right? Definitely.
But the difference is one person is agreeing to it and the other person ain't with it.
But so that's why I'm saying, why not agree to it?
Because that ain't what you want to do.
Exactly.
So,
and like you said, communication is needed, right?
Right.
So if you tell me that you want to be in a relationship with me and somebody else, I'm gonna tell your ass to go find you somebody else and somebody else, because I ain't gonna be there.
That's why I said it needs to be a conversation to be had.
But do I like that somebody else though? No, I'm just playing.
She's down with it.
No, I'm just playing.
You sit down and you tell me what we fit. You let me decide if I want to do it or not. You don't go just make that choice like, oh, she's gonna be cool with it. No, then I gotta choose violence. I was just off that streak. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to choose violence, but I will. Why not find you somebody that wants the same thing you want? How about that? Because people don't know how to be honest.
That's called selfishness.
That is.
It
And
is
that's
selfish.
what I was explaining to you before. It's all about what you're required to do, like what you want to do. Like boundaries. No, that ain't what I want to do. I don't want to wear red today. Red my color, but I don't want to wear it today. You can't force me to do something.
And that's why I feel like if you're not married, you probably should have your own space. Because people change like the weather. One day I love you, baby.
Change.
Yeah, but that's a commitment you signed up to.
Exactly.
You can't live in A and B and then be married. I mean, whatever. If it works for you, but I'm telling you, that's not the way
be married
a marriage
in a
should work.
household.
You know what I'm saying? Like
she shed
in the backyard.
Yeah.
But you can't. That's not effective.
That's
not an effective marriage if y'all living in two different places. But I'm saying if y'all ain't got a contract, maybe everybody should stay in their own space.
Right.
Because living with somebody, that's a lot. You picking up their habits, they picking up yours.
You picking up their drawers and their socks.
Everything.
Hey, look, one day somebody one of my clients had to go in the bathroom. Let her go to the bathroom. At the end of the day, when I went in the bathroom, I closed the door. It's a pile of drawers and t-shirts and socks just right here. But I'm like,
that's so embarrassing. Like, dang, you couldn't get your stuff. See, and then you picking up all them habits, So I feel like maintaining your own space is great until you know what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. I'm just not for it. I ain't gonna say I'm out of love, but I ain't got time for the bullshit. And I'm not accepting no bull. And I'm more open-minded now. Now that I've been married and divorced, I'm more open-minded.
Having them conversations, you gotta have them uncomfortable conversations too that you don't want to have. You have to have uncomfortable conversations. It's gonna be, or you're gonna have somebody like me that's like, what you think about this? What you think about this? And it may strike a chord. It may hurt.
I'd rather you hurt me with the truth than destroy me with a lie.
Exactly.
Because if I find out I'm being lied to, then I'm enraged. Then I'm gonna have to fight somebody to feel better. I don't like being in that space, but I feel like I got to do that for my respect. Well, you could have just told me.
Yeah.
Always choose truth because it works.
Tell me, we still might fight.
She gonna fight you regardless.
And it depends on how you telling me too, because I feel like this. If you telling me at the ass end of it, you already done did something. Well, we could have discussed it, whatever case it is.
I could have been like, come on, where y'all at? Let me join. You want me to be the rubber? I got some feathers. You want me to come rub your back? Something. I might want to get excited too. And people got to stop thinking that just because you bored, the other person ain't bored. Just because you bored, you think you keeping me excited? I can feel the same way. Communication is key. But I don't know what to say about that. But
so let me ask y'all this question real quick. So while we talking, we said communication is key. So do you always seem to I'm gonna ask you, do you feel like you convey your feelings to your partner often?
Yes,
like your needs, your wants, like you convey you convey that to them. Like you let them know.
I think I do now.
Yeah.
But
like, is it easy to talk to your partner to let them know? Like, okay.
Well, a lot of times I avoid talking to him because then he started talking to me. He be talking for a long time. But no, I'm just kidding.
Goes both ways. Hell no. What you talking about,
I do. I will say now I do. Before I just get mad and stay mad.
Yeah.
And see, I'm the one that, and I tell people this all the time. Like, I just posted this on Facebook. Stop bothering quiet people because we're going to show you why we keep our volume down.
Tell you why.
So if I tell you I don't want to talk right now, if I tell you to leave me alone for 2 or 3 days, do that for your safety.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to come up with things in my head to do this in a safe way for both of us. And I know I got to communicate with you. If I tell you, give me a few days, give me a few days. Because I'm a quiet person. But once you keep doing this to me.
You said you was quiet?
I am a quiet person. I'm not.
Yeah, when I shut down, I just need to be left alone.
Yeah, I just want to be left alone. And if I tell you I don't want to talk, take that for what it is.
My shutdown factor is like I just automatically just shut down and I just think and I'm just like,
and everybody communicate different. I'm the type of person I keep it in until I just can't no more. Same. And then the pot's boiling now. It's got to come out. It's coming out. We finna talk whether you want to or not.
And it's like,
so, yep. It's a 22
Yeah.
because it's on after that. It's most definitely, and I try not to get like that because now I'm learning communication is better. Say how you feel now. Don't sit on it, because if you sit on it, then it's gonna be bigger than when you could have just said, "Hey,
I'm one to
I'm
ponder
feeling
on it,
away."
though. You know, I'm one to ponder on some things to think it through in my mind. before
That's
I
how
try to-
premeditated murder happens.
Before I try to get
Pondering.
before I try to get it out.
Pondering causes premeditated murder. I'm
I'm
telling
not a
you.
killer. I'm a
Planning
lover.
stage.
I'm not a
I'm not
killer
a killer.
either.
I'm a lover.
But don't push me.
So I'm right, but
'Cause-
leave quiet alone. Like leave quiet people alone. Those who are more I'm kind of relaxed and reserved right now. So I just prefer to just let me just think it
Once
through.
again, don't bother quiet people. You gonna find out why we keep our volume down.
You know?
I'm the most chill person. I can take so much. I can be so chill. But once you hit go, once I'm in sport mode, it ain't no turning back now. Cause now it's like, okay, you wanted it, now you got it. Now we here. But I have been learning how to communicate better because it ain't safe. for
Yeah,
nobody
you know,
when
my
I'm mad.
communication
It's
has
not
not
safe.
always been there. And depends, like I said before, it depends upon that person. If I'm
And it's
comfortable.
growth.
Yeah,
It's
if I'm
growth.
comfortable, like
It's
if I'm
your growth.
comfortable with you, I may discuss some things with you. And you know, if that my partner, you know, my person may
Mhm.
I'm more open to one person than I am to somebody else, you know.
Right.
And it depends, you know, what they bring out in me. That person may bring out a lot of things that somebody else haven't, you
But
know.
if you my partner and I'm popping it for pimp and it's an issue,
Can you what?
I feel like I ain't got popping it for pimp. You never heard that phrase?
No.
Just
Anyway, if I'm popping it for you and it's an issue, I feel like the least you owe me is to sit down and have a talk with me.
yeah, let's have a conversation.
I feel like
Talk
that's
it
the
out.
least. That's the least we owe each other to be
That's
in a
why I was telling you
relationship.
about that uncomfortable conversation that you have to have with your, you know, your partner,
Yep.
with your person, you know, because hell, they may not want to have that conversation. You know, I was told in the past that I'm not the easiest to talk to, versus
Why is
somebody
that
else.
though?
Cause it's some shit they'll tell me, and I'm like, what? And cause it just don't sound right. You know, it just don't sound right. Like I'm thinking, like, what? That's some bull. You know, or really. But to me, and it depends upon the person, delivery, you know, everything.
Yeah, it does absolutely. It delivers. Because if you come at me with hostility, we in
Yeah.
hostile mode.
Yeah.
It's all about the way you carry the message. Don't come with, listen, if you say we need to talk and you come at me aggressively, okay, I'm in aggressive mode now. No, we ain't even got to sit down. You came at me wrong. The
It
energy
depends
shifted
upon
now.
everything depends upon that, you know, that person. You know, I may look at you, what you say to me may be different from what you say, you know, and how I take from or whatever. But to me, I'm open. You know, I'm trying to be more open right now in this stage in life to all communication, no matter what it is.
Right.
You know, it could be something about the littlest to the biggest thing, but I want my person to be able to talk to me and be open and to say, okay, this is what we on. You know, what you think about this, whatever, and move forward and not have that same issue again.
So do you feel like there are relationships out here where everybody is being completely loyal? Do you feel there's a relationship out here that everybody's being loyal? No text messages, no shady inboxes, no flirting at work, nothing. Do you think that exists? Yes or no? I feel like I don't want to say I lost hope in that, but seeing that down from your grandma on up.
That's why you gotta
It's
try
like-
to break generational curses and it start with us. It's like what.
But that to me, that's not no generational curse.
Okay, it could be. It is because that's something that we dealt with in our, like, if you think about it, something if not saying all of us dealt with that, you know,
Mhm.
but it's breaking generational curses, to be honest, to be 100 with you. And I'm not continuing the curses that my ancestors had, if my mother went through, if my grandmother, whoever, you know what I'm saying? I'm breaking all that. I'm trying to break all of that. No matter if it's generational. Well, I'm trying to start, you know, breaking them curses.
And what I'm breaking is tolerating bullshit I don't have to.
What was normal in the past to some ain't gonna be normal with me. That's not normal with me right now. I'm not gonna let that behavior keep going.
And I wish that more men understood. And I'm gonna get on women
And
too.
it's not all
but
men.
I'm saying I wish men understood women more and why we're the way we are in this day and age.
Right.
We've seen I ain't gonna say our ancestors, but our relatives go through so much with men. It's like I ain't never finna let that happen to me. It ain't gonna be me. So then we jump into independent mode. Y'all wonder why. Yeah,
Right.
And then it's
That's
you, and then right.
Generational curses, like you have to
But
also
that has
know
to
your
be
mind
understood.
frame. Right, but you also have to also know that you want better for yourself, that you're not going to accept certain things.
And women, we
Like,
need
I
to
don't
learn
want
how
that.
to
I'm
be
not
more
gonna do that.
submissive. I mean, shoot, we do have to learn how to be more submissive. I'm gonna say on my end, I ain't speaking for nobody else. we do have to learn how to be more submissive to our men, especially if they taking care of business. We can get complacent and be like, no, I ain't in the mood. Then when he out whining and dining,
It's not still about
Shaniqua,
sex, though. But it's
you
just
got a
like-
problem with it. Are you playing your part? Are you doing your role as a woman? Let's think about that, because men shy away for many reasons. Men see their mothers
Yep.
go through things as well.
Definitely. I
Yeah,
agree on
true.
that. I agree on that.
True.
True. So everything, trauma goes both ways. Generational curses go both ways. It's not about, okay, what my mother went through. It could be about just me not want to do it, period. Me not wanting to be that person. Me saying not even my mother, because I can't even say that's something that my mother went through. But just to be honest, to say, like, I'm breaking generational curses. A lot of things start with me. It's not just relationships. It's other things, too.
Yeah, right, for sure. It's a lot of things you have to break. It's a lot of things people have to recover from their childhood. It's a lot of stuff. It's
Definitely.
it's a lot of girls out here that didn't grow up with their dad around. That have men. That's why they have issues with men.
If you date me, if you talk to me, I'm in recovery mode. I'm in recovery mode for a while, and I'm honest enough to say that.
Then I feel like I shouldn't be dated. I feel the same way, but I shouldn't be dated.
To date me, to talk to me, to be my friend, to be in my world. You know, it's some things I'm closed off about. It's some things in my past I dealt with, and I don't talk about. And I hope you okay with that. You know, it's sometimes where I'm gonna want to talk about that, and I hope you okay with that. You know, I hope you okay with that. But let me be open, you know, to.
And once again, but like we said, once again, too, you have to ask people, are they ready for that energy?
I told you that.
I just don't bring stuff up to people because you don't know what people going through in their own personal life.
I mentioned that to you before. Like, I'm open to say that to people, like, you know, how are you feeling today? You know, or I keep some things to myself. But I think lately I've been more and more. I've always been a person that's been you know, what you need, you know, I can take care of that. I got you. I love on you more. But I'm also a person, just pay attention to their energy and know when somebody is going through something.
Right.
You know, no matter if it's something with love, everything don't have to be with heartbreak. It could just be, you know, they having a moment. You know,
listen, mental health comes. I have seasonal depression. I deal with high anxiety. I battle depression almost every day of my life. So my whole thing is, you don't know what your friends are dealing with, and sometimes your issues could be too much for me to handle. You know what I'm saying? The weight you carrying, and then you bringing it to me, it may be too much, and vice versa. Yeah. So it's hard because it's just hard. You have to pick and choose. And I'm one of them people too that I keep stuff to myself because I don't want to feel like I'm bothering nobody. Because it's just like, damn, I don't know what she's going through in her personal life. Maybe I shouldn't bring this up because that could be the straw that break the camel back. Then I turn on the news, you sitting on the bridge. I'm just saying you have to keep that type of stuff. But I'm saying that's how serious stuff can be. And that's why I said it's so serious. You can't play with people's hearts. You can't play with people's heart because you don't know if that's the last straw. You don't know if that's the one that's going to send them over the bridge. Honesty is the best policy. I'll respect you more if you sit here and tell me everything. You keep it 99.9% with me. I'll be like, you know what? I appreciate your honesty.
Loyalty over love with me right now. I'm just in that phase where loyalty over love. Man, be loyal to me in front of me. Be loyal to me behind my back. You know.
But one thing you can't do is expect people to be you.
Right.
Because then you will get disappointed every single. I'm finna start preaching in a minute. But you cannot expect people to be you. I feel like once I learned that, because I'll be like, dang, you doing me like that? I was this and that to you. They don't care. Because everybody has a selfish moment. People gonna be selfish. People gonna choose them over you. That's what you just need to realize. And you being sweet and caring and, oh, she's just a beautiful girl. They don't give no fuck about that when they're thinking about themselves. They don't.
Selfishness. At the end of the day, choose you first.
Choose you. Always choose you.
Choose you first. Because you can't be good to nobody if you can't be good to yourself.
That's right. And that's what I battle with. Like, I feel like sometimes I question my self-worth. And I have to sit back like, you must feel like you're not worth nothing. You can't expect him to feel like you something, and you don't even respect yourself to know that you deserve more. You know what I'm saying? You got to know for yourself that you're worth what you're asking for, or don't ever think you asking for too much.
It's all you, right? It's exactly how you perceive yourself. How you perceive yourself, others are gonna perceive you that way too.
Right, exactly. So you just have to pick and choose your battles, and that's why I keep a lot of stuff to myself because I'm like, okay, I need to deal with this cycle.
Get up and get in the mirror, like, girl.
And I have been. I'm making sticky notes.
Even if when you ain't got a mirror, turn your phone on.
You know, them
You
notes
know
that
what,
say
bitch?
home, you
You
know,
is
keep going.
it,
Like on my
okay?
computer at home, keep going, keep pushing.
But it's hard.
You
It's
got
hard when the
this.
world is showing you opposite. You trying to be positive.
Right, but
And
you
I'm
can't
telling you,
allow.
it's hard being positive when the world is showing you differently. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been stressed from work and life. Stressed out.
I had somebody tell me, write down everything that you want out of life, from your financial situation to your personal situation to your love situation, your career. Do it in categories and write down what you want and focus on that for 15 minutes every day.
Mm-hmm.
Get up and whenever and say, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really love you. You look yourself in the eye in the mirror.
Absolutely.
And when I said, if you ain't got a mirror, pull your phone out and pull that camera out, I'm serious about that.
Yeah.
Tell yourself you love you, even when you don't feel like you don't.
Right.
Focus
Finding
on
feeling
that.
like
You
you
have
love.
to find something else to lift you, because you can't always. I'm not the type of person to, like you said, I don't call my friends and feel, I don't want to feel like I'm putting my burdens on
somebody
them.
else. Yeah.
I listen all day at work. I'm listening all day to people unloading, unloading on me. Because when they come in, I remember one time I had this one client. The moment I don't even think she sat down. She started telling me all her business.
She was ready for that.
I'm sitting there.
She needed a release.
Yeah, because that, you know,
and me being the type of person that I am, very empathetic. I am an empath to the core. And somebody could be talking to me about whatever. And if it's something that, you know, it affects me. Like, I sit in my chair all day doing people nails and they be talking to me and I'm just getting chills all day. I'm getting
that's
chills.
Draining.
By
and
the end of the day, I am tired.
And that's why I had to separate myself
and I
sometimes.
had to find an outlet for that. So I go on YouTube. I looked up the 369 Project. It got all kind of sound baths and all of that to like
drain that out.
Get your energy back to balance you out in the morning. Because I wake up and all three of them people in my house are the same way. Get up. Put shoes on, brush teeth. Put shoes on, brush teeth. Put shoes, just all. And I'm now, by the time it's time to go, I'm yelling at everybody. So I had to wake up earlier than I would want to. I tell everybody, get the app Balance. It's free for the first year. I listen to that for 10, 15 minutes a day. It guides you through meditation. I go on Joel Osteen website. That's what I post in the morning. I read a scripture. I pray. And then I put my earbud in my ear. I pull up some meditation music. Then I wake them niggas up.
You definitely meditate.
Because you have to set your day. That's how.
And then I'm softer with them because I don't want to send them out, screaming at my kids and then send them to school. What they gonna go to school acting like angry?
Expect them to act right.
Exactly.
They off balance. Exactly. They can't focus. They mad. They sad, mad.
So that's that's my self-care.
I love that.
With doing that, when I started doing that, I noticed like it's easier to have conversations with him.
That's great.
I don't get annoyed when he be like, "Hey, Queen, how you doing?" Because I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Oh, I know.
Like, can you imagine that? And once he opened up to me about like how I respond to him, because I don't hold hands, I don't cuddle. Let me put my feet on you. That's cuddling to me. But once he opened up to me, like it started showing me the stuff that I do. Like simple as he walk in the door and I don't speak.
Yeah.
And it could be, I could be mad at the smallest thing.
But
it could be the one thing that he did wrong versus the 1,000 things that he did right. And he'll walk in the door and I won't say nothing to him. Nigga, you forgot the bread. Leave me alone.
Yep. You're right. And see, that's the thing I'm talking about. Us taking accountability for us. I was just telling somebody the other day, I can't fix nobody. I can't fix you. God can, I can't. My job is to work on me. so I can better understand you, so I could possibly be what you need me to be for you.
Yeah.
Help me to understand. You can't help me understand. Listen, you take some time, you work on you. I'm gonna take some time and work on me because I can't change you and you can't change me. But the fact is, taking accountability. I had to sit back because sometimes I'll be playing perfect Patty. Like, I ain't do nothing wrong to you. What are you talking about? Why are you doing all this stuff to me?
Perfect.
In reality, my bills paid, my kids fed. I ain't got no worries. I got gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting here mad.
For no reason.
And I'm trying to figure out why you did this one thing to piss me off instead of the million things you do for me when I don't even ask you. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to intentionally focusing on the positive will really make a difference, and that is coming from somebody.
Where's my bell? Ding, ding,
that's
ding,
coming
ding.
from somebody
exactly.
who it's a black mark on this white table.
I'm
gonna kill you.
That's me. That when I tell y'all that's me, I could come into a perfect.
Oh, it gotta
wait. Why these balloons are gold when they supposed to be green?
It gotta be.
Who did that? And it is intentional. And like you said, and everybody says this too. When you wake up, you start speaking positive.
You speak your day into existence.
Speak positivity into your day.
Have a good day.
And I was just like that. My kids, they don't want to get up. They've been on the game, and I told them to get off. And everybody, I'm just like, okay, you sitting here yelling. Is that making it better or worse? You know what I'm saying? So you have to set the tone. Even in your relationship, you have to set the tone. And I'm learning that. Because there's somebody I love. I love him to death. But I'm like, dude, we got to get some stuff together because we starting to get real unappreciative of each other.
Yeah.
So now you know what? I text him a good thing and I'm like, text me something back that you love about me.
But you can't force him to do that.
No, you can't.
You can,
but you can set the tone. Yep, you can set the tone.
And then, if it gets to a point where you feel like you putting in the work and they not, then you have to evaluate at this point. What am I? Do I choose to continue on and be happy, or do I choose to separate myself from this situation?
That's right.
We all know as adults and having family, separation is hard.
It is hard. It's like a death.
It take work to separate.
It's like a death.
But you have to choose whether you want to be happy or not. And either way you go, and if you choose to be happy, you're not gonna be happy right away.
Right.
You gotta be willing to get there.
You gotta put that work in, honey.
And then if you claim you're not gonna be happy with this person, just know when you get with another person, you're dealing with a whole set of issues.
Exactly.
A whole brand new set of issues. So you was dealing with smoking weed, and this one snort crack. So you see what I'm saying? You got to be appreciative of what you got and want to work through it.
You have to work on a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
You can work on it with that person. Work your stuff with yourself
nobody's
with that
perfect.
person. Help push through. That's why I said by having uncomfortable conversations, what you want, where you at.
Yep. And nobody's perfect. Let's stop. And I had to tell myself that, like, stop playing this game like you just do. Because I know I can take somebody there. I can take somebody there to when they want to rip my head off and cuss me out. And I'll be sitting there like, why are you doing all that? Playing the victim role. You yelling at me? Why are you doing all that? So when you take accountability, absolutely. So it's like I said, it's a learning process. We're turning 40. We got to do better. You are 40. You're fabulous 40. I'm pushing 40. I'll be 39 in a minute. She just turned 39. Yep, I'm putting your business out there.
I don't care.
Just turned 39. And we look good for our age, but just take accountability. If you... Okay. We're on meth. Girl, I seen this girl on the bus stop on meth. When I tell you her whole just blown out face, acne, looks bad. Sad.
I saw somebody like that at Mayfair yesterday.
But we about to wrap it up, but I'm going to leave with this note. If you love somebody, tell them. If you feel like that person is worth it, if you feel like that person is worth working through y'all issues, do it. Take the proper steps. But one thing, you take accountability for yourself. Check you before you can check somebody else. All right. I love y'all. Happy Sunday. Be blessed. We will be back next Sunday with the mental health segment. So hopefully I'll have some good things for y'all. So y'all take care until next time.